During the final phase of the tenure of the former Minister of Aviation, R.D. Sirika, his administration became entangled in various controversies. One prominent issue was the controversial launch of the nation's flagship carrier, Nigerian Air. On his last day in office, industry stakeholders believe that the ex-minister departed, leaving several deficiencies in the aviation sector that now fall upon his successor, Festus Keyamo, to address and rectify. Industry players believe the new aviation minister should take the baton from where his predecessor stopped by ditching the planned national carrier and focusing on improving infrastructure in the airport and reforming the sector in general. However, in a swift response to stakeholders' demand, Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development Festus Keyamo, during a tour of the Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos on Thursday, announced the suspension of the Nigerian Air project and airport concession. To give us more insight into this development and other burning issues in the Nigerian aviation sector is an aviation security expert, Dr. Dayo Kayode, who joins me now live via phone to discuss this. Dr. Kayode, good morning, and it's a pleasure having you join me on the program.
Yes, good morning, and it's my pleasure joining you on this special topic to be discussed and to get Nigerians more educated on it.
All right, let's begin. I want us to begin this conversation by asking you this big question many aviation stakeholders have been asking, and they were yet to get an answer to it. Is Festus Keyamo, a trained lawyer and human rights activist, qualified enough by all standards to man the Nigerian aviation sector, an industry riddled with a lot of challenges? Your thoughts on this?
Yes, there is no doubt about it that when you are being nominated and given a ministry to manage, it does not necessarily matter that you must have been an active participant in that kind of a ministry. But having said that,
Okay.
ministry differs from each other.
Okay.
There are some that requires a staunch professional or a renowned administrator. I will give you an example. You can bring in people like Papa Christopher Kolade.
Okay.
Bring in people like this boardroom guru, Litroneko,
Okay.
to some specialized ministries because they are well-grounded boardroom administrators. They are different from activists. Keyamo is known to be an activist. And when you are talking about a specialized industry like aviation, like Ministry of Power, all right, like Ministry of Water Resources,
Okay.
you need either grounded professionals or administrative gurus
Yeah.
other than activists. You can compare the reign of another activist in person of Adam Ushomole
Okay.
when he was the chairman of APC then.
Okay.
As an activist, we all saw the way he managed APC, unlike others that are professional politicians. So to that extent, honestly speaking, I wouldn't have expected the president in his political stature to have assigned specialized ministry of aviation to Keyamo.
All right, with that being established now, because there's so much to talk about, and we are really, time is really not our friend now. So, with that being established, what is your reaction to the suspension of our national carrier project, Nigerian Air? Are you in or against this development?
Yes, you see, in Yoruba, they always say, that is, any building that is not on a solid foundation, a small wind like this will blow it off. The way Sirika, being an actor in that industry before he was appointed, handled the case of Air Nigeria was fraudulent, was not based on solid foundation, and I will explain. In the first instance, when he was coming up with the idea of Nigerian Air, which to me is a very good one, he did not consult the necessary stakeholders that have been in the industry before now, that will be able to give in their contributions. We have people like Captain Ore. We have people like this man, retired Vice Marshal, I think Jokolo, and a lot of them there. Even those that are members of airline owners of Nigeria, how many of them did he involve? That's number one. Number two, you can imagine somebody of Sirika going far away to UK to go and launch ordinary logo, I'm talking ordinary logo of that airline, without even talking about who are the shareholders, without even talking about what is going to be the call sign of that airline, without even talking about having a website for the airline, without even talking about having an administrative headquarters for the airline, without even especially going through all the necessary procedures it's supposed to have gone through with the NCA, who is the corporation in charge of aviation safety in Nigeria. So what do you expect? Even the airline he fraudulently brought to Nigeria belongs to Ethiopia Airlines, which is Japan. And you'll be surprised if I give you this information, which has been in the media ever since, that the chairman, the chief executive officer of that particular airline, Ethiopia Airlines, resigned because of that fraudulent scenario. By now, it is supposed to have been in jail and not working freely on the streets of our country.
Dr. Kayode, permit me to butt in at this point.
One second. For Keyamo to have now cancelled that, I want to believe it's in the right direction, in the right step.
Now,
and I hope that he's going to learn from the mistakes of his predecessor.
Dr. Kayode, with all that you've said thus far, are you saying that the idea of a national carrier is not possible for a nation that prized to be the largest economy in the African continent?
It is very, very possible. It is desirable. It is even desirable. We should be able to have our own national carrier.
Okay.
We used to have a very vibrant national carrier in those days, Nigerian Airways. And we were flying to series of destinations all over the world. And Nigerian Airways then was known to even be having within its array best of the pilots and engineers
Okay.
In your words.
All right. I need to butt in a little, please.
That airline was fraudulently dismantled.
All right.
And those that dismantled that airline, that use that airline to now establish their own airlines, where are their airlines